The newlywed husband wants to make his secretary happy. I was actually asked to drink alcohol as a terminal liver cancer patient. The little secretary got hurt for him. Lost a lot of blood. My husband quickly called me to give her a blood transfusion. I set the condition of 10 million. He mocked me and said, "My blood is truly valuable. After all, I am a liver cancer patient. Blood is indeed very precious." Later, the secretary's car collided with mine. He mocked me again. This car accident was intentional. Wasn't it? Stop pretending. Isn't it just about wanting to get a bit more money? Olivia, you make me feel very uncomfortable. I am really fed up. I want to get the certificate before the divorce. He said coldly, "Don't use such a childish way to get my attention. You are not qualified to negotiate terms with me. Forget it. Anyway, I just want to die." This marriage naturally came to an end. I stood hesitantly at the door of the private room. The document in hand was crumpled. The bar was bustling with activity. I'm a bit hesitant, dare not step forward, but he hasn't been home for a month. Suddenly, the door opened. A person walked out. He is holding the phone, looking at me in surprise. "Say, sister-in-law, how did you come here?" His voice was neither loud nor soft, just in time for everyone in the room to hear it. Everyone is looking this way at me. Liam, sitting in the middle, had his hand resting on the waist of a girl next to him. The pain in my heart feels like being pricked by needles. "Come here," he said coldly. I am feeling a bit out of breath. The paper in hand was tightly clenched. "My sister has arrived. Please have a seat." The person next to Liam is very perceptive. Made room for him, but I did not move. Just passed the paper in hand over, signed. No time to waste. The private room fell silent in an instant. You might not have expected me to be so firm. After all, I usually rely on Liam. Liam chuckled softly, put down the wine glass. To get money, one should have the appearance of someone who is seeking money. He glanced at the paper in my hand. It seems like they think I went to the hospital to make up some illness. I suddenly turned very pale. The paper in hand is a bit shaky. I did go to the hospital, but it's not about fabricating the illness, but the condition worsened. The situation is very critical. He snatched the paper from my hand. Her expression turned icy upon seeing the title. He suddenly threw the paper onto the table, furious. "Olivia, you want to divorce me? This is what you meant by being in a hurry." I nodded. "Prepare to sign. You don't like me. I don't like you either. I don't want to be tied to you for a lifetime." As soon as the words were spoken, the room fell silent instantly. Even the air feels cold. Liam gritted his teeth and said, "Okay, if you drink this bottle of wine, I'll sign it." Look at him. My face looks a bit pale. The person next to me immediately poured me a glass of wine. People with liver cancer should not drink alcohol. He wants me to get hurt. I'm not in very good health. What's wrong? Do I really want to separate? Olivia, stop playing small tricks. Just say what you want. Don't threaten me like this. You make me feel very uncomfortable. My heart feels like it has been torn apart. It hurts so much that my whole body was shaking. I grabbed the bottle of wine on the table. Prepare to drink it. A burning sensation spread from the throat all the way down to the stomach. It's like igniting trouble within my body. I put down the empty bottle. Liam looked at me, suddenly laughed. "So you can drink alcohol. Also, after all, I've been abroad for so many years. I don't know how many people I've accompanied to drink. He must have a considerable drinking capacity by now. This bottle of wine is nothing special." I coughed a few times. He said, bearing the discomfort in his stomach, "Sign it." After signing, "I will move out." Liam smiled. A bottle of wine just isn't enough. He patted the girl's waist next to him. Let her go get a few more bottles. Drinking bottle after bottle of alcohol. I have no idea when I lost consciousness. When I woke up from the stomach pain, immediately rushed to the bathroom. Vomit severely. I washed my face, struggling to stand up. Look at the mirror. I found myself looking pale and haggard. He lowered his head and gave a bitter smile. It feels like fate still has no intention of letting me have an easy time. It's so awkward right now. It would have been better to stay abroad in the first place. "Sister-in-law, are you doing well?" Someone handed me a tissue. I looked around the booth. It was found to be empty inside. The divorce agreement is just sitting on the table. It is already soaked. Stains from wine are everywhere. However, Liam's name is not on it. I frowned. Where did Liam go? Sophia has a fever. Liam has also left. Back then, even when I scraped my skin a little, that person would feel heartbroken. Now it seems like they don't even notice me fainting. On the contrary. Sophia, Liam is particularly caring towards her. Sophia, she is Liam's new mistress. He is also the person most like me, but it's not the current me. But it is my appearance from high school. I wiped the water stains off my clothes with a tissue, staggering out of the private room. Every step makes me feel pain in both my body and my heart. When going abroad, Liam was crying very sadly behind me. Tell me that if you leave, you won't come back. But I didn't listen to him after returning. My results are not good either. Liam is a financially disadvantaged student I supported during high school. He studies very well among a group of underperformers. He stands like a tall, slender poplar. I like him. However, his family is very poor. Even a meal is difficult to manage once upon a time because I received a love letter. He was bullied by the school bullies. In the restroom, a group of people intentionally wet their shoes. That day, he got into a fight with someone. As a result, the nose was severely swollen. When returning to the classroom, I was still barefoot. The weather outside is below zero. His feet are red and swollen from the cold. I feel very upset. He hurriedly asked the driver to bring a pair of socks and shoes. This is the first time I have talked to him. My voice is a bit tense. Hand him the shoes. Say, Liam, here you go. He lifted his head. The eyes are red. Woken up by the sound of the bell. I'm still a bit confused. To have and then to lose. It is really painful. The phone call was made by Liam's assistant. I didn't want to answer this call, but he kept hitting non-stop. It's really annoying. I sat up helplessly, took painkillers. The call has just been connected, he said anxiously. Liam was stabbed, come quickly. I was stunned for a moment, thinking to myself, is Liam going to be in trouble? There is no time to think further. I quickly put on my clothes, rushed to the private hospital where Liam lived. Arrived at the hospital. Liam stood at the door of the operating room, tensing the body. There is red blood on the cuff of the suit, gaze fixed straight ahead. He looked very nervous. I'm also very worried. It reminds me of when I had an appendectomy last year. At that moment, he was almost in tears, worried that I will get hurt, worried that I will feel upset. I haven't slept all night. He even hit himself a few times. Blame myself for not paying enough attention to my diet. I gradually came to a stop. Liam turned around and saw me striding toward him. The hand is raised high. But then, they restrained themselves and let go. His eyes were completely red and swollen. Shout at me, Olivia, why are you doing this? It's the person you were looking for, right? I was stunned there. The emotion in his eyes was filled with anger, not a trace of tenderness. I feel quite depressed. Breathing feels difficult. I lowered my head, try to hide the discomfort within, trying hard not to let myself cry. I don't know what you are talking about, but I'm really not that kind of person. Stop pretending. Liam stared at me with anger. Shortness of breath. The fist is also clenched tightly. Everyone is blaming you. I feel like a piece of my heart has been torn out. He clearly took painkillers before. Why does it still hurt so much? His voice is very hoarse. Since it was you who asked someone to do it, the blood bank is running low on blood. You and Sophia have the same Rh-negative blood type. You go and donate blood for her. I looked at him. I can hardly believe what I just heard. The old Liam. He always gently covers my eyes when I go for a blood test during my physical examination. It might be that I was too obvious about it. Liam dared not look me in the eye, only speak to the doctor, take her for a blood test, deeply hurt inside. Surprisingly, they still smile. I smiled faintly, signed the divorce agreement. Then he was ready to leave. Stop making a fuss, Olivia. He looked at me helplessly, with a hint of indifference. It seemed to remind me of his situation. Sign it or not, I said coldly. Liam's face turned pale. Then, as if giving up, they asked me, how much do you want this time? I felt so upset that I could hardly catch my breath. I let out a cold laugh. Tell him 10 million. This money is enough for me to settle everything. Your blood is really valuable. Liam scoffed. You have quite a few tumors on your liver. Isn't this blood precious? I donated 500 milliliters, feeling dizzy to the point of almost losing balance. Liam stared at me coldly. Stop acting. Isn't it just about wanting to earn more money? He threw the card at me. The card lightly hit my chest. It fell to the ground again. I feel a slight warmth in my eye sockets. At my worst moments, I never said such harsh words to Liam. I stared at him. Tears flowed down. Liam looked a bit regretful. He said hurriedly, I'll explain it to you clearly when I get home. I saw the card on the ground. I feel so foolish for coming here. Liam is not worth my attention at all. I wiped away my tears. Go away. Liam's assistant picked up my card from behind, gave it to him. I heard him speaking behind me. Your little actions are just an attempt to get my attention. For the fact that you donated blood for Sophia, I will return home on our wedding anniversary. Just walked out of the hospital. I feel a bit dizzy. Just then, someone helped me up. I just wanted to say thank you. I heard a familiar voice. Olivia, what are you doing here? I gave him a slight smile. Ethan, the fever came on very suddenly and intensely. My whole body feels very hot. The eyes are also blurry. I feel dizzy and lightheaded, finally. I managed to become a little more awake, touched my hair. As a result, it turned out to be a large handful. I looked at the hair in my palm. Tears streamed down my face. Fearful emotions keep rising in my heart. It felt like a terrifying monster had swallowed me whole. When Ethan pushed the door open and entered, my tears made my face all a mess. The bed is full of my hair. He sighed, say, Olivia, stop messing around. Let's stay in the hospital. I held my hair in front of him. He requested to speak. Ethan, take me to get a haircut. He nodded. There seemed to be tears shining in the eyes. There are many barber shops at the hospital entrance. The price is quite affordable. There are many wigs to choose from. I chose a very stylish golden wig. I also bought a nice-looking hat. I looked in the mirror, turned around and asked Ethan, is it good-looking? He nodded. Olivia is the most beautiful. I was so happy that I spun around. Sister Olivia. I turned my head and saw Sophia. The expression immediately turned unfavorable. How did you dye your hair blonde? It actually makes your complexion look more yellow. Yellow-faced woman. No wonder Liam doesn't like you. Who is this? Is this your new friend? Oh, he's still a doctor. Are you wearing that hospital gown to pretend to be ill and compete with me for Liam? I have been ill these past few years. Ethan has been caring about me. Also do my best to help me. I absolutely do not allow anyone to speak ill of him. I stand in front of Ethan. He warned her to be careful with her words. To my surprise, she stumbled back a step, fell to the ground. Her complexion suddenly changed for the worse, weakly clutching the chest. It looks painful, shaking all over. Liam walked over quickly from the nearby store, quickly helped Sophia get up. Is the wound touched? Sophia shook her head in grievance. Liam's face darkened with anger, asked angrily, Olivia, why did you push her? Don't you know she is seriously hurt? Olivia said she didn't push. Sophia fell down by herself. Ethan couldn't stand it. Please help me clarify it quickly. It's not Olivia's fault. I shouldn't have asked about the relationship between Sister Olivia and that doctor. I meddled. Liam's expression suddenly turned serious. Her gaze was fixed intently on me, then suddenly laughed. The voice is a bit gloomy, he said. Olivia, you really let me down. It has only been a few days since we last met. You started flirting with other men. I don't like others touching my person. You should keep your distance from him. Otherwise, I have no intention of keeping you. This statement sounds uncomfortable. I only felt a buzzing in my ears. Let's get a divorce, I said. Liam was somewhat choked up, staring at me coldly. He first looked me up and down, then suddenly laughed. Olivia, you must be addicted to pretending to be sick. He wouldn't be providing you with a fake medical report, would he? He said with a sneer. Stop joking. I don't have time to watch your performance. Your appearance is not convincing at all. No one would dye their hair blonde while hospitalized. She is also wearing a pink cat ear hat. He seems to think that I intentionally want to make Sophia jealous, laughing as if it were natural. Warned me not to use divorce as a low-level way to attract his attention. He is not qualified to negotiate terms with me. Ethan's face was extremely red, just about to say something. I quickly said, right, I am just pretending. Liam nodded in satisfaction, leaving with Sophia in an embrace. Talking while walking, stop making trouble, go home. I have prepared a gift for you on our wedding anniversary. He is Liam. I didn't recognize you incorrectly, did I? How could he treat you like this? Ethan looked at me in confusion. In college. Our relationship is very obvious. Everyone in the same department has heard our story. I shook my head. Ethan, I am a bit tired. I want to take a break. Okay. He gently touched my head before leaving. I covered my head with the quilt, cried heartily. It must be admitted, what Sophia said really upset me. Her complexion was very pale, like a person suffering from a serious illness. That is indeed correct. I feel a bit out of control inside. I really want to teach her a lesson. At night, I cried until I was exhausted and fell asleep, but was suddenly awakened. I felt a bit weak in my legs when I got out of bed, touched his forehead. It was found to be overheating again. I walked out the door in a daze. Walking towards the bathroom, just turned a corner. I ran into someone. I suddenly fell to the ground. I lost 10 pounds during this week of hospitalization. This fall was quite serious. Even the wig on her head was crooked. I fixed my hair. Then I heard her trembling as she called my name. Olivia. I suddenly lifted my head. Tears well up all at once. It turned out to be Sophie. She looked at me coldly. Doesn't want to pay attention to me. The feet cannot move, she said. I didn't expect to see you again. You are surprisingly in such a mess. I smiled at her. I don't blame her in my heart, after all. I had said some not-so-nice things to her before going abroad. Sophie, how have you been lately? Not bad, she replied. Then she said half-jokingly, I thought you had left us poor people behind, doing well, didn't expect that. I saw her expression. Tears immediately streamed down, pouted in grievance. Sophie, I have not been doing well these years. Sorry, I am really sorry. I cried while speaking. Sophie was startled. Hurry over and help me. Wipe my tears, her eyes were also red. Olivia, don't cry, speak to me slowly. Sophie sat next to me, holding my hand tightly. Listen to me finish speaking. Tears have turned red as well. Why don't you tell me anything? She choked back her tears as she spoke. Olivia, you have suffered. Does Liam know about these matters? She asked. I shook my head. Aren't you already married? Is he not good to you? She asked cautiously. The corners of my mouth tugged slightly. He is very dissatisfied with me. You don't clarify the situation. He would certainly be dissatisfied. What you said that day was really harsh. I was extremely saddened. He almost did something foolish. You can have a good conversation with him. I shook my head. Tears were already welling up in the eyes. The voice was choked and unable to speak. He has fallen in love with someone else. No longer love me. Sophie was taken aback for a moment. Hurry up and help me wipe my tears. He is really a scumbag. We no longer need him. Olivia, don't be sad. I just returned to my country. Liam told me he wanted to marry me. I also thought he really loved me. Love has come to the point of ignoring the hurtful words I've said. I was about to tell him the reason I did this. I hope to love him well in the future. But he was being intimate with other women in front of me. At that moment, I felt like I had been dealt a heavy blow. At that time, I only felt a pain in my heart. Tears kept streaming down. I want to tell him. I left because I was sick. I worry that something might happen in front of him if I don't get treated. So I had to go abroad. Before going abroad, I said many hurtful things. For example, she disdains him for being poor, incompetent, and lacking status. Cannot provide me with the life I want. In fact, these are all things I want him to hate me for. I am afraid that something might happen to me while I am abroad. He would be very sad. I don't want to leave when he loves me the most. I don't want him to be unable to think clearly. It's better if he hates me first. After I leave like this, he might be able to accept all of this. If I can return alive, I will keep chasing him, say sorry to him, always say I love you. Liam is the softest-hearted. He will definitely forgive me. After all, I am the person he loves the most. I have a lot to say. For example, I still love you. I miss you very much. And the days spent receiving treatment abroad are truly painful. I regret not having you by my side. I have a lot on my mind. But when he opened his mouth, he couldn't utter a single word. I feel like a joke. It has also become a joke among the new elites in the circle. Some people say that I like wealthy people. Left him during the most difficult time for Liam. Waited until he became wealthy before getting close to him. I feel that I am very shameless. Everyone looks down on me. Those who have a good relationship with Liam also mock me coldly. It seems that the worse you treat me, the more one is able to win Liam's favor. I feel like a parasite attached to Liam. It may be that emotions have reached their limit. I tried my best to please Liam. Crazy exclusion of those outsiders, until my condition became severe. The doctor told me I might only have a few months left to live. I just understood. I can't compete with them. I don't want it anymore, Liam. Sophie held me and cried for a long time. I patted her shoulder gently, feeling a pang of sympathy. Don't cry anymore, Sophie. I didn't expect to get you involved at the last moment. I'm sorry. Sophie, I really feel lonely and scared. What do you mean by that? Sophie wiped her tears. You should have told me earlier, my Olivia. How much have you been wronged? She circles my wrist with her finger. Look at you, you've lost so much weight. Why didn't you tell Liam? Didn't he notice it either? I shook my head. If he cared about me even a little. I realized long ago that my illness is not just an act. The medical report on the bedside table was not collected. And my increasingly thin body, severely falling hair, but he saw nothing. Never have you seriously listened to anything I've said. It's really disappointing. I used to think he was really good. I didn't expect that I really misjudged. I gently patted Sophie's hand. I want to comfort her, then open the drawer. He smiled and handed her a few documents. She cried again. Olivia, you feel hopeless about life? Can you not give up? I strive to hold back my tears. Wipe away her tears. Not acceptable. It's too painful. I can't stand it every day. I want to leave here. Sophie was lying on my hospital bed, crying very sadly. This is the first time I've heard her cry so distressed. I gently patted her shoulder. calmly tell her, I have advanced liver cancer. There are other organs that also have problems. It feels like there is a hard stone in my stomach, continuously growing up. It hurts every day. It hurts a lot. It will also occasionally have a fever. I'm extremely thirsty. Although drinking water, it quickly vomits it out. My stomach is also not good. Blurred vision. Feeling weak all over. Chemotherapy really feels painful. Chemotherapy once. It feels like having gone through a very difficult test. Look at me. I supported her head. Her face was filled with tears. I smiled at her and said, Am I still quite good-looking now, Sophie? You know I've always loved beauty. I don't want to have wrinkled skin at the end of my life, like a mummified corpse. I have looked up a lot of information. As long as it gets approved, before leaving, one will be taken to a warm room. No pain at all. I will peacefully depart in my dreams. Sophie, I'm actually looking forward to this. Sophie cried very sadly. I can only busy myself handing her tissues. In addition, I really hope to get the divorce certificate. But I really don't want to see Liam again. After passing away, the marriage has come to an end. I have no relationship with him anymore. Perhaps it was because of seeing an old acquaintance. I had a long dream. In the dream, I am very proud. Liam is like a plastic toy. No matter how I squeeze, I won't get angry. During the lunch break, I woke up earlier than he did, lying on the table, gently touched his nose, then wake him up. He has a bit of a temper, but as long as you see me, his eyes would light up with laughter. The surface of the water in spring shimmers with light. It makes me feel unsettled. The love of young Liam is commendable. He would be with me when Sophie and I were playing around. Peel a plate of candied chestnuts for me. They will also thoughtfully prepare hot water. He is not only a very reliable caregiver, also a very good lover. The university has just started the new semester. There is a boy who is very interested in me. No matter how I reject him, he won't give up. This bothers me a lot. Liam found out. He came over immediately to show that he is mine. After that, they sat next to me in every class, bring me tea and water, really like a little servant. He said he wants to serve you. He will keep striving. He studies my major better than I do. I often ask him to help me with tutoring before exams. We will be in the library. We study together from morning till night, until dusk. After studying, he will take me to eat the snacks I like. While sitting at the roadside stall waiting for the dishes to be served, he will carefully wipe my seat and table. Also, they will scald the utensils with hot water. At that time, I am always by his side, chat non-stop. Sometimes it's hard to know what to say, but there always seems to be so much to say. It's not the same now. As soon as I opened my mouth, I felt a deep sense of bitterness in my heart. Perhaps my decision to insist on coming back earlier was wrong. Wait until it doesn't hurt so much inside. I'm getting ready to stand up and take a walk outside. The weather is really nice today. I put on my wig and took the elevator down. I found a gazebo and sat down, watching the fish in the lake. I squatted by the lake. No one is around. I can't help but want to share. He casually threw away a piece of pastry, watching the little fish compete. Then I joked to them, I am ready to go to Switzerland. I heard that there is euthanasia there, looking forward to the feeling of painlessness. Just then, I was thinking like this. A sudden gust of wind blew in. I feel a little cold. Decide to go back, turning around and taking a look. I found that Liam was standing behind me. I was startled. My heart tightened. I was afraid he would hear what I just said. He frowned and looked at me. The tone is extremely cold. Ask me if I haven't stayed enough at the hospital. I don't want to deal with him. Turn around and leave. I didn't expect him to suddenly grab my arm. It might be because I am too thin. His hand trembled. The expression also changed, seemed very serious. He asked me, Olivia, you've lost so much weight. Are you really sick? I felt a sudden panic in my heart. I don't want Liam to know that I'm sick. I daren't look at his expression. I worry that he will have no reaction, even casually saying, you deserve it. This kind of talk makes me feel worse than chemotherapy. I really can't stand it, so I forced a smile. How is that possible? I am in great health. I just want you to notice me. Look, are you drawn to me? After speaking, I looked at him with a sarcastic tone. I think he was just playing some little tricks. What's wrong with your eyes? Are you worried about me? Liam suddenly pushed me away. It feels as if one wants to shake off something bad. The smell of medicine on you makes me feel very uncomfortable. The smell is nauseating. I felt a pang in my heart. Even breathing has become difficult. I suddenly started to think, if Liam still loves me, I know I am about to not make it. Will he regret having said that? If that's the case, I still have a little bit of hope in my heart. He hurt my feelings. I also want to leave a mark in his heart. Stop messing around. Isn't it just about wanting to get more money? Stop wasting time at the hospital. Look at how thin you've become. I would like to know which doctor it is. I see you have no illness at all, but you are still being hospitalized. He said that and headed towards the inpatient department. I was startled. Quickly grab him. I was not hospitalized. This outfit is what I wore for fun. Let's go. I will go home with you right away. Liam looked at me with disgust, did not speak. Walked towards the hospital entrance. I sent a message to Ethan, then he followed behind him. Liam opened the door. I followed in. I saw Sophia sitting on the sofa organizing Liam's clothes. A surge of anger suddenly welled up inside. I took a few steps forward. He pulled her up from the sofa and threw her down forcefully. Liam, why is she here? Liam reacted quickly, supported Sophia. The gaze looks very unfamiliar. Olivia, what are you doing? This is our wedding house. What right do you have to let your mistress in? Liam's expression immediately turned unpleasant. Olivia, can you speak a bit more gently, mild? I sneered, since you find my words unpleasant, then don't do things that make people uncomfortable. I looked at how Sophia was sitting on the sofa. Tears couldn't help but stream down. This place is too messy. It's really unbearable. You all should leave. I have decided to break up with you. Liam was stunned. It seems a bit regretful. He stepped forward to explain, I'm just going on a business trip. Sophia came over to help me organize some clothes. I suddenly rushed out, took a pair of scissors out of the drawer. Hold tightly. The tip is pointing at them. Hurry up and go, hurry up. Olivia, what's wrong with you? He reached out to grab it. Don't touch, don't hurt yourself. I was enraged, scratched randomly. Liam let out a low grunt. A wound was left on the back of the hand. Blood immediately flowed out. Sophia grasped his hand nervously, glaring at me. Olivia, you can hurt me. But why hurt Liam? Liam also started to get angry, shout at me. Olivia, what difference is there between you and a madman now? Hurry up, I said loudly. Let's go. Liam pulled Sophia away. I am going on a business trip for a while. Calm down first. The door was slammed shut by someone. I collapsed on the ground. My hand hurts from gripping the scissors too tightly. It's so disgusting. I really can't stand it anymore. I repeatedly jabbed the sofa with scissors. There are more than a dozen holes poked in the leather sofa by me, until I could no longer lift my hand. It's really ridiculous. So many years have passed. I actually didn't leave anything behind. I am lying on the floor. Tears flowed uncontrollably. Liam will never divorce me. He just wants to torment me. Even if he no longer loves me, I should also be punished. I curled up. The body trembles. Everywhere hurts. The ears also buzzed. The wig fell off. I casually placed it on my head, but it's not working out well. It looks like a mess, as awful as my current life. I encourage myself, you will soon be liberated. Just hold on a little longer. However, before I leave, I will never leave this home to them. I won't let them affect me. I struggled to prop myself up and get up. Made a phone call. The renovation workers arrived quickly. I had them pack up all the men's belongings, delivered to Liam and Sophia's home. Then I let out a deep sigh. I feel much better. Smash all of these for me. The workers were a bit hesitant when they saw such good renovations. I placed the card on the table. Come, smash. Who hits the fastest, you can win a prize of 1,000 yuan. Once these words were spoken, a series of sounds began to echo around. There are also these things. Could you please help me handle this? Take what you find useful. Throw away what is useless for me. I will give you an extra 10,000 yuan. The bed in the bedroom has been dismantled. Directly take it to the landfill. Liam hasn't shown me much love in recent years. However, a significant amount of money was given. There are bags and jewelry. During the hospitalization, I sold all of these on a second-hand platform. My wallet is now full. I feel better now, even if I have to leave. I also want to take my wedding house with me. Wait for Liam to come back. Just leave him a simple house. I don't know what will happen after I die. What kind of expression would he have while standing in such a house? The hospital in Switzerland has approved my application. Hearing this news made me so happy that I wanted to treat everyone to a meal. Sophie and Ethan both arrived. Their eyes are slightly red. Come and bless me. I held a glass of sweet wine, just about to drink, was pressed down by Ethan. I said with a smile, anyway, I'm leaving. Have something you like to drink. His lips quivered slightly. In the end, I still put my hand down. I took a sip. The sweetness of the cherry instantly spreads in the mouth. I bought a grave plot abroad, right next to my parents. These years returning to the country, I have never gone to see them. I just want to be closer to them. Speaking of which, my nose feels a bit sore. Took another sip of sweet wine, suppressed the emotions in my heart. This is a comprehensive service. Everyone don't need to worry if everything goes smoothly. Today is the last meal we will have together. Okay, Sophie clinked glasses with me. The voice was somewhat choked. I wish you all the best. I hope to receive help, however, the unexpected still happened. I had a car accident. The person driving across from me is Sophia. The loud, crashing sound resounded in my ears. Immediately after that, I felt a wave of dizziness, then lost consciousness. Olivia, you should wake up soon. I seem to hear Sophie calling me, but the sound seems very distant. I didn't hear it very clearly. Opened my eyes in a daze. I saw Sophie shivering over there. Still crying, I gently tugged at her sleeve, weakly smiled and said, "Don't cry, I'm not dead yet." At this moment, the door was suddenly burst open. "Olivia, how did you end up driving into Sophia? She has a blood-clotting issue. You know," he stared at me, said angrily, "if something happens to her, just continue giving her blood transfusions." I can hear a buzzing in my ears. Everything in front of me is shaking. Every breath aches. A little movement makes me break into a sweat all over. The clothes are all wet. Sophie was upset, walked up to Liam. He said it directly. "Are you crazy?" Liam's face turned grim, hold Sophie's hand, gritting his teeth. He said, "You dare to hit me." He spoke while doing so, preparing to hit her. "Don't touch her." I shouted loudly. This moment, I feel dizzy and lightheaded. A wave of intense discomfort surged through my heart. Nausea overwhelmed them, and they couldn't hold back the vomit. "Olivia," I noticed that both Liam and Sophie looked troubled, running toward me in a hurry. I looked down. The white sheets were stained with bright red blood. I reached out my hand. I found that my hands were also covered in blood. I said, "Liam, this is for you. Aren't you in need of blood?" When I opened my eyes again, the person sitting by my bedside crying has changed. This is after I returned to my country. The first time I saw Liam cry. Last time, he was crying and saying harsh words when I went abroad. "Olivia, if you leave, don't come back." His eyes were as red as apples. "Hold my hand tightly." The voice was hoarse and choked. "Ask me." "Olivia, can you tell me all of this is false, right?" I forced a smile, withdrew the hand. "Ask him. Do you think it's possible?" Liam couldn't help but cry out. "Olivia, you cannot die. I won't allow you to leave." I closed my eyes and answered. "This is something you cannot control." Sophie suddenly pushed him away. She asked him with tears in her eyes, "Liam, why did you only show up now? What were you doing before? Olivia is so good to you. How could you treat her like this? On what basis do you treat her like this?" "I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I have told you many times. When have you ever believed in me?" I said weakly. "Stop pretending. Liam, let's go. I'm about to reach my limit too. I didn't save any blood for your lover." Liam's expression changed, sitting on the ground in despair. I started using the oxygen mask in the afternoon. Everything feels chaotic. My body hurts so much that I can barely curl up into a ball. It really hurts. I heard Sophie scolding Liam, "Please leave for a while. It's all because of that third party of yours. Otherwise, Olivia wouldn't be suffering so much right now. We'll never experience these. I don't know how many days I've slept." When I woke up, I felt exhausted all over. Liam has a face full of stubble, sitting on the edge of the bed. The eyes are red. I saw that I woke up. He quickly wiped his eyes, smiled and asked me, "How is it? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat something?" I turned my face away to avoid looking at him, but the tears couldn't help but flow. The scene from just now, it reminds me of when I had my appendix surgery. He was anxious all night, no closing of the eyes, afraid something might happen to me. Liam was crying while holding my hand. Tears fell drop by drop onto the back of my hand. "Olivia, why didn't you tell me you went abroad for medical treatment? What is the point of saying this now, Some? Of course it is meaningful. I am being cold to you because I am upset. Why didn't you just tell me?" Seeing him in pain, I felt somewhat relieved inside. After returning to the country, he proposed to me. I did think about having a calm and peaceful conversation with him, apologize to him, explain it carefully, but he never gave me that chance. Misunderstandings grow larger just like a snowball. Now he is crying like this. It is also a case of reaping what one sows. And that marriage house, how did you take it all apart? "Olivia, you are too ruthless. Are you trying to make me hurt? How could you do this? Last time when I said I would leave, I really did. This time it said that they want to leave again, not even a trace of concern." His voice was choked with emotion. "Ask me what I should do. Sophie brings me food, put it on the bedside table, stirring while complaining. Some people are really going too far. Just like sticking around here. No matter how hard you try to hurry, they won't leave." Liam seemed to not hear. "The weather is very nice today. The sunlight falls into the hospital room. It feels very warm. I want to go out for a walk, but I don't even have the strength to sit up. I can only ask Sophie to help me. Do you want to drink water? I'll go get you a bottle of water. After Sophie left, I stared blankly out the window. If everything had gone smoothly at that time, I can be with my parents right now. There's no need to see Liam here at all. Because of our marital relationship, his words are more effective than Sophie's, but I have taken so much medicine these days. I haven't seen much improvement in myself either. He hired experts with great effort. They could only shake their heads after seeing my situation. He seems to be losing his mind a little. Looking for organs. Replace all the organs in my body that have cancer cells. But he forgot. My blood type is Rh negative. Ordinary people still have to rely on luck to find a suitable organ. Not to mention my situation. The door was pushed open. I tried to greet with a smile, but when I saw the person coming, the smile suddenly froze. Sophia walked in wearing a hospital gown, a bandage wrapped around the head. She laughed scornfully. Your life is truly resilient. The car rolled over. Yet he is still alive. However, you may not live long either when you're gone. I am the new Mrs. Liam. She came closer to me and spoke. Do you know? Liam no longer loves you. Right now, I just feel guilty. Otherwise, why wouldn't he believe you? And also, you might not know, the injury he sustained that time was arranged by me. But he always thought it was you who did it. He believes everything I say. You think such a life is ridiculous. I ignored her. He looked directly at the man standing at the door. Liam was full of regrets, charged towards Sophia like an angry lion, gave her a slap. Sophia looked at me in shock. Tears streamed down all at once. Liam, let me explain. Things are not as you think. Liam stared at her angrily. He kicked her in the stomach again. Sophia fell to the ground on the spot. Then he was dragged out by Liam's assistant. He trembled as he knelt by my bedside. Say, I'm sorry, Olivia. It's all my fault. I'm sorry. Then he took my hand by the bedside. Slap oneself in the face. You can hit me. Please hit me. I withdrew my hand. Speak slowly. Don't touch me. I feel unwell. Sophie came back and saw this scene. The water bottle was placed heavily on the table. Angrily said to Liam, can you please step aside? Don't be so annoying every day. I feel increasingly weak. Put on the oxygen mask. I can only lie in bed, looking at the ceiling, lying in a daze for a few days. Only then did I feel a little more awake. The hand holding mine is rough and large. It's a feeling I'm familiar with. He is putting a wedding ring on my finger. This ring is one I sold before. The bouquet on the bedside table is bright and charming. The fragrance of lilies wafted through the hospital room. Today is our wedding anniversary. I promised before that I would spend it with you, Olivia. I have not gone back on my word. I return the previous Liam to you. Can you not leave? The ring fits loosely on my ring finger. The fingers have become very thin. It can no longer be secured. I don't have the strength to move my hand away. Can only slightly open the mouth, make a faint sound. Liam, in the next life. Let's not meet again, in a daze. I recalled the scene from that afternoon again. Liam's face was covered in bruises, walked into the classroom barefoot. Everyone is laughing at him. The desk mate is still gossiping. You know, Liam's shoes were soaked by several people. I just glanced at him, then he lowered his head and continued to focus on his own tasks. After Olivia left, I feel empty inside. I really regret it. Why didn't I notice her changes earlier? I used to hate her. I feel like she has just abandoned me like this. I still hate her now. I feel that her departure was too abrupt. Not a single memory was left for me. The wedding room is left with nothing but empty walls. I inquired everywhere, finally found a few workers, spent a lot of money to buy back those pieces of furniture, also hire someone to repair, repaint the walls, and install new flooring. However, why does everything feel off, totally messed up? Woke up in the middle of the night, I sit up, emotional breakdown. Couldn't help but burst into tears. This villa is too empty. It makes me feel anxious. Liver cancer must be very painful. My poor Olivia had a difficult time during those years of treatment abroad. But there is still some hope. After returning to the country, it was me who gradually led her to lose hope. I gave myself a hard slap. Things that have been done before harmed me like a boomerang. I keep hitting my own head. She has advanced stomach cancer. I want money. I teased her as being a woman who only loves money. She is already disheartened. File for divorce with me. I forced her to drank so much. Sophie is right. I really shouldn't have done that. Let a patient with advanced liver cancer drink alcohol. That is really not right. What I do is not just limited to this. There is something even more excessive. I actually forced her to donate blood. They also teased her that her blood was very precious. They even threw the card on the ground to humiliate her. At that time, her eyes must have been very sad. She might have cried. I feel very distressed. What else is there? Oh, by the way, I said her illness is feigned. It is also said that she has a head full of blonde hair and wears a pink hat, not at all like a patient. At that time, she must have been very sad. I really regret it. And I said she had been in the hospital for a long time. The body is full of bitterness. It smells unpleasant. I said she was crazy, like someone who's not quite mentally stable. I desperately banged my head against the floor, crying sadly. Can't understand how I'm still alive. Why are you still not dead? Actually, I am the one who is not normal. It was I who made her become like this. I killed her. Sophie extra Liam was having a rough time. I feel very happy. He doesn't deserve to live well at all. Those who betray true feelings should suffer. After Olivia's passing, Liam became very affectionate. He also sent his mistress to prison. This kind off you bite me, the scenario where I bite you. I am very happy to see that. Later, he seems to have lost his sanity, rushed over and grabbed me. Ask me where Olivia is. He even knelt on the ground, pleading with me to return her to him. You really don't deserve it. Olivia has long left you. He kept shaking his head on the ground. Beg me. Let him see Olivia again. Take another look at her. I just looked at him coldly. Olivia is no longer here. She will not meet you again. I will never forgive you. You will never see her again. I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. His forehead is bleeding, slowly dripping down. I passed by him. It's all too late now. She shouldn't have come back. You shouldn't have met you. You are the person responsible for what happened to her. Liam didn't survive long after going mad. His lawyer contacted me, with his will. He wants me to tell him where Olivia's grave is. I said I don't know. Olivia certainly doesn't want him to know about this.